This week, celebrating Ghana's 60th birthday. I'm drinking to the country's independence. Sparring with the locals.
Boxing is massive. They love it here.
And meeting some of its cutest residents.
I am amazed at how much banana a little monkey like that can eat.
Busy, bustly, noisy, and lots of fun. I could be in any of the big, lively West African capitals, but I've come to one country that's celebrating a very special anniversary.
The name Gold Coast passes, long live Ghana.
60 years ago, in 1957, the British Gold Coast broke away from centuries of colonial rule. It became the Republic of Ghana. It was a peaceful transition, and Ghana's independence, the first to be declared in sub-Saharan Africa, inspired other states to do the same thing. Today, it's seen as a largely peaceful entry point into this part of the continent. The civil strife and terrorism that affects some of its neighbours aren't currently a problem here. And by the way, Ebola never crossed the Ghanaian border. So where to start? Well, this might be a good place, as it plays a crucial role in the country's colonial past. This is Jamestown, and it's the first place that the British came to when they arrived here on the Gold Coast. And while relics of that time still dominate the skyline, Jamestown's managed to carve itself a little sporting niche. For some reason, these few streets have churned out champion boxers like nowhere else. Ghana's produced 7 world champions, and most of these trained in the gyms here. Hello, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You must be Samuel.
Yeah, this is Samuel. I'm Samuel.
On Sunday evenings, the streets become packed. Makeshift rings are set up, and people come to watch challenge fights. What is it about Jamestown? Why do you create such good boxers, and why has it become popular here?
The main job here is fishing throughout. We have the boxers, the musicians, and the dancers. And actually, ages of 9 years have to learn the boxing like this.
Samuel, this is great, but they look very young to me, to be fighting.
Yeah. Sometimes you see the parents hasn't been to the school. So they also want the little ones like this become a boxer, a fisherman, a footballer. Sometimes when they have them and they see that they are not having the mind to learn, they have to push them to box like this.
Many families here see sporting glory as a quick route out of poverty, and that's a powerful motivator.
That was really good. That was really a tough fight.
Yeah. How much does the anniversary of independence, the 60th year, mean to you guys here?
In Jamestown, yeah, we really like each other. People on the streets, happy. Each and everyone have to enjoy himself because it's very hardly for them to see the 60 years. So each and everyone have to celebrate.
This is Osu. It's Accra's commercial district, and if ever you are looking for a taste that symbolises Ghana's independent spirit, you'll find it in here. Come on, follow me. Republic opened in 2013. It's a celebration of the independence movement and specialises in a drink that's got a unique connection to 1957.
This drink here is called the Kokoroko, which means the almighty, the powerful, the great, the omnipotent. And it utilizes cane spirit, which is in our local slang we call akpeteshi. When the British were the colonial authorities here in Ghana, prior to independence, akpeteshi was outlawed. It was deemed as unfit to drink, unwholesome, unhealthy.
Do you mind if I try some of the akpeteshi on its own?
On its own, yes.
To Ghanaian independence?
Yes, to our independence.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Ooh. I can feel the heaviness of that.
Yeah.
And it's spicy.
It is spicy.
So do you feel this is like a symbol of Ghanaian independence?
Yes, I believe akpeteshi being decriminalized by Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
He actually passed legislation to make the distillation and consumption of akpeteshi legal. And so that definitely gave Ghanaians the liberty to indulge in their own, to consume their own, what is definitively theirs.
Look carefully around Accra and you'll see signs of this anniversary year everywhere, not least in the art world, which has used 1957 as a source of inspiration and reflection.
This is a really powerful piece of work.
This is called Faux Freedom. It stands at the mausoleum of Ghana's independence leader, Kwame Nkrumah, and argues that Ghana's still not properly free of slavery and colonialization. It just exists in a different form these days.
But the thing that really hits me is you just can't stop looking at all of their faces. They've all got individual expressions of pain, and it's quite sobering actually.
Ghana was right at the center of the slave trade until it was abolished in the early 19th century. Its most powerful remnants lie a few hours east of here in the old colonial capital, Cape Coast, which is where I'm going next, in that most African of transport options.
So this is a bit interesting, travelling in this trotro with the locals. They haven't got any regulated stops. They just stop randomly anywhere. So we've stopped and now we're waiting for people. We're rolling.
Who done your hair for you?
I did my hair in the UK. I did it in London.
In the UK.
Yeah. Do you like my hair?
Yeah, the way they do it is very, very nice.
You like it, yeah? It was quite painful. It was
It's
tight.
painful.
Tight.
Ah.
And so to Cape Coast, a sunny and beautiful spot now with palm trees and long sandy beaches, a far cry from the traffic and chaos of Accra. And at its heart lies this imposing castle.
This place looks beautiful on the outside, but inside it's got a dark history.
It's estimated that in total around 11 million people were taken from Africa bound for the Americas. All along this coastline were forts where men, women and children would be held in miserable conditions before their dangerous journey. This was the largest of those forts. These days, it's a museum.
So this was a male dungeon. Yes, the men were separated from the women. And this dungeon was designed for 1,000 people. And they stayed here for about 3 months on the average. Occasionally, they were let out to be fed and also to crack stones with cannonballs.
A few years ago, during restoration works, archaeologists took up and examined some of the materials on the floor.
So they left a small portion of it here to probably tell the rest of the story. So this is made up of feces, blood, decomposed bodies, clothes, food, vomit, sweats, urine, and many, many materials that were left here.
So this is the product of human despair and toil,
pain,
and cruelty.
suffering, cruelty.
And if they survived their stay in the dungeons here, then it was through the door of no return, ready for loading onto the ships.
Between the harbor and the ships, one of them might have decided not to go. So he would just jump into the ocean, pulling the rest with him.
Wow, because they were all chained
And they were all chained together, and they will all drown here. You see, either they wanted to escape or just to commit suicide. So
And this is after being held captive
after
as well
being
in the
held
dungeons.
captives in the dungeons for about 2 or 3 months.
So it was basically non-stop hell.
Non-stop hell.
This is a special year for Ghana.
Yes.
It's your 60th anniversary of independence. Things have moved on, thankfully.
Yeah, for
and
over 400 years we have struggled in slavery, we have struggled in colonialism, we have come out as a nation stronger than before. And so we see it as an experience that is worth sharing with others. So people can get courage in whatever they're doing, whatever level they are, they can rise up through the ashes, use the ashes as fertilizers to grow and become prosperous.
Words of hope from a man whose job brings him face to face with unimaginable horror on a daily basis. If he can be optimistic, there's inspiration for us all.
The Travel Show, your essential guide wherever you're heading.
Welcome to the slice of the show that tackles your questions about travel. I'm here at St Pancras Station in London, where the UK's rail connection to continental Europe begins. First, an update on the new rail link in Florida. Brightline, as the express train service is known, is on schedule to connect downtown Miami with Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach from the summer, with a high-speed extension to Orlando International Airport following next year, cutting the journey between the two cities to just 3 hours, compared with the driving time on a good day of 4 hours. Next, Henry Hogger is travelling to the city of Cadiz in southwest Spain, but he's flying into the British possession of Gibraltar and wants to know
how to travel onward. Can we take a rental car across the border, or is it better to cross into Spain on foot and hire a car or take a bus?
Henry, it's a delightful journey from Gibraltar to Cadiz, which I've made many times, and it's very straightforward. From the airport, simply head straight to the Spanish frontier. It's a 2-minute walk. Just simply aim away from the rock. You'll find yourself in the town of La Linea, and 5 minutes from the border there's a bus station. If there's no imminent departure direct to Cadiz, then hop on any bus to the city of Algeciras, where you'll find a lot more choice. Iceland is the impending destination this summer for Angela Batten, and for thousands of other travellers attracted by the proliferation of air links to Reykjavik. Angela wonders,
where is the best place to change money?
In Iceland, but only a little at a time. The Icelandic krona is a minority currency, and the spread, that's the difference between buying and selling rates, is wide, meaning a poor deal for travellers. So sign up for a card with no fees for overseas use if you don't already have one, and obtain a small amount of Icelandic currency when you arrive, but rely on plastic for most of your spending.
Finally, Lynn Otway says she likes to plan well in advance, partly to give her time to save up for her trip, but also something to look forward to. And she asks,
I want to go away this December, ideally after Christmas, but in time to spend New Year's Eve in the resort, somewhere hot with beautiful beaches.
a Caribbean island, South Africa or India would meet those criteria, but prices are already very high. I've just checked flights from London to Barbados in the Caribbean, and travelling between Christmas and New Year for a week, the fare is already over £1,500. That's 1,800 US dollars. So, if you want something a little closer to home, I strongly recommend Egypt for guaranteed winter sun at a budget price. For example, at the resort of Hurghada, you can stay for a week, all inclusive, for around £800, less than $1,000, and that includes your flight from the UK plus a New Year's Eve gala dinner. Whether you're looking for sun or snow, I'm here to help. Just email The Travel Show at bbc.co.uk and I'll do my very best to find you an answer. From me, Simon Calder, the Global Guru, bye for now and see you next time.
I'm travelling through Ghana on a mission to have a good nose around a country that this year celebrates its 60th anniversary of independence.
This definitely isn't the easiest of places to get around. The rainforest is not accessible and there aren't many hotels or places to stay. But what it lacks in amenities, it makes up for in outstanding beauty. It's so beautiful out here and there's so many things to do.
About 4 hours drive north of the second city of Kumasi lie a set of caves that I'm told show off Ghana's wildlife at its most unsettling.
Justice, this wasn't easy at all.
Yeah.
This was one of the hardest treks I've done. Where are we?
We are in a Boyam bat cave.
And where's the bat cave?
One entrance is down there. Inside we will see a bat. They are fruit bats.
How many bats are in there?
There are almost 7, 8, 9,000.
Thousands
of
them?
Yes.
That's incredible.
In fact, some estimates put the total number of bats inside the Buyem caves at between 15 and 20,000. They've been shut to tourists for a few years because of fears surrounding Ebola. Now these concerns are gone and the caves are open again, if you've got the stomach for it. But if you're keener on the kind of wildlife that makes you smile rather than shriek, you want to head to the twin villages of Boabeng and Fiema. The people here have forged a unique relationship with their closest neighbours.
So this is your village?
Yeah, that's my village.
Amelia, who's lived around here for her whole life, takes me on a little stroll.
Come on, you monkeys.
So these are the friendly one, the Mona.
Hello?
Yeah. And the big one.
Wow, look at that. That's so cute. You said they're not shy. Look, Amelia.
Wow. That's so nice.
I am amazed at how much banana a little monkey like that can eat. That monkey must have eaten at least 10 bananas.
They can eat more than 10.
The villagers here believe these monkeys are sacred. There are two types, the cheeky mona and the black and white colobus, which is slightly more aloof, but with good reason. Declining numbers through habitat loss means they're currently listed as a vulnerable species. There can't be many places left where you're virtually guaranteed a sighting.
You can see the black and white ones up there.
Yeah.
They'll just watch us, but they won't come to us.
No, yeah, they won't come to you because they are not friendly like the monarch monkey. The monarch monkey will just come to you, but the black and white, they won't come. Yeah, because they depend on leaves and insects, so they won't come to you.
They don't need us.
No, they don't need us.
Harming either species is strictly forbidden under local law, which means these villages have become a sanctuary. In fact, the monkeys here are loved so much that once they die, they're given a proper burial.
I hear the monkeys belong to the gods, so the villagers have to stay with the monkeys peacefully here. If we harm or punish them, you got the same punishment from the gods. So you have to stay with them peacefully. And that's why the monkeys here are unique from other parts of Ghana.
But this is special.
This is special, more special.
That's it for now. Join us next week when
Rajan heads for Jerusalem to visit the place said to have been Christ's burial chamber, newly reopened after extensive restoration.
This is, for Christianity, the most important place in the world. Quite an incredible experience to be here.
But in the meantime, you can keep up with us on social media or visit our website. But for now, from me, Adia Depitan, and all the travel show team here in Ghana outside the Batcave, it's goodbye.